Imagine you just got a raise at work. After months of hard work, late nights, and a salary negotiation that felt like pulling teeth, you finally did it. An extra $500 a month hitting your bank account. Now here's the question. What happens to that money? If you're being completely honest with yourself, you probably didn't invest it. You didn't aggressively pay down debt. You didn't even really notice where it went. Somehow, within a few weeks, your lifestyle quietly adjusted. A slightly nicer apartment, eating out a little more, a subscription or two you didn't have before. And then one day you check your account and think, where did all that extra money go? Here's the thing. That's not a discipline problem. That's not a budgeting problem. That's actually your brain working exactly the way it was designed to work. And that's what makes this so dangerous, because the same mental shortcuts that kept your ancestors alive for thousands of years are quietly, systematically sabotaging your financial life today. And most people have absolutely no idea it's happening. So today, we're going to go inside your brain, look at the psychological wiring that keeps most people stuck financially, and more importantly, understand what you can actually do about it. Most people believe that being bad with money is a knowledge problem, that if they just learned how to budget properly, or understood how compound interest works, or found the right investment strategy, everything would click into place. And on the surface, that makes sense. We live in the most financially educated era in human history. There are thousands of books, podcasts, YouTube channels, and courses all explaining exactly what you should do with your money. And yet, the average American has less than $1,000 in savings. Consumer debt is at record highs, and the majority of people, even people with good incomes, are living paycheck to paycheck. So if knowledge were really the issue, we'd have solved this by now. The real problem isn't what people know. The real problem is how people think, and more specifically, how your brain processes decisions about money at a level that happens way before logic even gets a seat at the table. Here's something that might surprise you. The human brain hasn't significantly changed in about 50,000 years. The same brain you're using to scroll through your investment app, swipe your credit card, and negotiate your salary is essentially the same brain your ancient ancestor used to hunt animals, avoid predators, and compete for survival in a very dangerous world. And that brain had one core priority: survive today. Not tomorrow, not next year, today. Because back then, thinking about next year was a luxury you couldn't afford. If you found food, you ate it now because it might not be there tomorrow. If you felt safe, you relaxed now because danger could come at any moment. Saving for the future wasn't wisdom, it was a waste of energy. That instinct is still running inside you. Neuroscientists call it present bias, and it's one of the most powerful forces quietly controlling your financial decisions. Present bias is the reason you choose the Netflix show over the investment account, the reason you buy the new phone now even though you know you should wait, the reason you think, I'll start saving next month, every single month for 5 years straight. Your brain genuinely values the present more than the future, and not just a little bit more. Studies show that when people think about their future selves, the part of the brain that activates is the same part that activates when thinking about a complete stranger. Think about that. Your brain treats future you like someone you've never met. So of course you're not going to sacrifice comfort today for the benefit of a stranger. Now, here's where things get even more interesting. Back in the 1970s, two psychologists named Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky ran a series of experiments about how people make decisions, and what they discovered changed the way we understand human behavior forever. They found that the pain of losing something is psychologically about twice as powerful as the pleasure of gaining the same thing. Let me make that simple. If someone handed you $100 right now, you'd feel pretty good. But if someone took $100 away from you, you'd feel roughly twice as bad as you felt good. This is called loss aversion, and it shapes your financial decisions in ways you probably don't even realize. It's why people hold on to bad investments for too long, hoping they'll recover, because selling means admitting a real loss. It's why people avoid starting an investment account, because putting money in feels like losing access to it. It's why people refuse to cut a subscription or an expense they barely use, because getting rid of it feels like losing something, even when keeping it is objectively costing them. Your brain isn't weighing the actual numbers, it's weighing the emotional intensity, and losses always feel louder. There's another trick your brain plays that's even sneakier. It's called anchoring. Here's how it works. The first piece of information you receive about a price sets an invisible anchor in your mind that all future comparisons are made against. So when you walk into a car dealership and the salesperson shows you a $50,000 car first and then shows you a $30,000 car, your brain registers that as a relative bargain, even though $30,000 is still a massive amount of money. The same thing happens when you see a jacket marked down from $300 to $150. The original price becomes the anchor, and now $150 feels like saving money, even though you're still spending $150 you weren't going to spend 10 minutes ago. Retailers and advertisers understand anchoring deeply, which is why everything comes with a crossed-out price, a was and a now, a limited time offer or a comparison to a more expensive option. And the terrifying part is that even when you know this is happening, your brain still falls for it, because anchoring operates below the level of conscious reasoning. Now, let's talk about something that might hit a little close to home. There's a psychological phenomenon called social comparison theory. Basically, human beings instinctively measure themselves against the people around them. And this isn't vanity or shallowness, it's deeply wired. Historically, your social status within your group determined your access to resources, mates, and survival opportunities. But in the modern world, this ancient instinct has been weaponized against your wallet in a way that's almost unfair. Think about your social circle, your coworkers, your family, the people you follow online. When someone in your circle buys a new car, renovates their kitchen, or posts photos from an expensive vacation, something subtle happens inside you, a quiet comparison, a feeling of falling behind, a sense that maybe your life should look a little more like that. And the cruel irony is that the person you're comparing yourself to is probably doing the same thing. They bought the car on financing they could barely afford because they were comparing themselves to someone else who was comparing themselves to someone else. It's a chain of people spending money they don't have to impress people who are doing the same thing. The average millionaire drives a used car and lives in a modest home, not because they can't afford better, but because they stopped playing a game that nobody actually wins. At this point, you might be thinking, okay, so I just need more discipline, more willpower. I'll resist the temptations, fight my instincts, and force myself to make better decisions. Here's the problem with that plan. Willpower is a limited resource. Research consistently shows that the more decisions you make in a day, the worse your decision-making becomes. This is called decision fatigue. By the time you're tired from work, stressed about a deadline, and scrolling through your phone at night, your brain has burned through most of its self-control reserves for the day. And that's exactly when you're most vulnerable to impulse spending, emotional purchases, and financial decisions you'll regret in the morning. Relying on willpower to manage your money is like trying to hold back a river with your hands. It's not a long-term solution. The people who consistently make good financial decisions don't have superhuman discipline. They've just built systems that make the right behavior automatic and make the wrong behavior harder. They automate their savings so the money moves before they can spend it. They remove their credit card information from shopping apps to add friction to impulse purchases. They invest on a schedule so they don't have to make that decision 1,000 times. They've essentially tricked their brain by working with its wiring instead of against it. So, here's the deeper insight that ties all of this together. Wealth isn't built through a single big decision. It's built through thousands of small decisions made consistently over time. And the only way to make those decisions consistently is to understand that your brain is not a neutral calculator. It's a storytelling machine that was built for a world that no longer exists. Every time you feel the pull to spend impulsively, that's a present bias. Every time you avoid looking at your investments after a market dip, that's loss aversion. Every time you buy something because it feels like a deal, that might be anchoring. Every time you upgrade your lifestyle after a raise, that's lifestyle inflation wrapped in social comparison. These aren't character flaws, they're features of a brain that was optimized for a completely different environment. The moment you stop blaming yourself and start understanding the mechanism, you can actually start to work with it. Automate the behaviors you want, remove friction from good decisions, add friction to bad ones. Design your financial environment so the default action is the right one, not the tempting one. And when you feel a strong emotional pull toward a financial decision, especially a big one, build in a waiting period, 24 hours, a week, because emotions peak and then fade, but debt sticks around.
Most people spend their entire lives being managed by their psychology without ever realizing it. They wonder why, despite working hard, despite trying to do the right things, the financial results never quite match the effort. And the answer is usually that no one ever taught them how their brain works with money. No one explained that the same instincts that make you human also make you vulnerable, and that understanding those instincts isn't about becoming a different person. It's about designing your life so that your very human, very predictable brain naturally moves in the direction of wealth instead of away from it. Your brain isn't your enemy. It's just working with old software in a new world. And now that you know that, you have something most people never get, a chance to actually see the game for what it is. The question is, what are you going to do with that? If this opens your eyes to something you hadn't thought about before, make sure you subscribe, because we're going to keep going deeper into the psychology of money and how to actually build wealth in a way that works with how your brain is wired, not against